It is painful and may seem unnecessary to think about death when you're very much alive.
But eventually, it is something we will all face. The good news is, in the most tragic circumstances, the strength of the human spirit endures. Cheri Milton is a family therapist and grief counselor who has written a book about her experience working with families at hospice care. The book is Before You Go: Lessons for a Better Life from Those Facing Death. It's a beautiful title. And Cheri, welcome to Live
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
You have written an account of 12 of the patients that you counseled at hospice care and what their experiences were like facing death.
That's correct.
Why did you decide to put those experiences in a book?
Susan, I do a lot of speaking for a Grace, and as I begin to use some of the things I've learned through the work with hospice patients, people would say, you have to write this down. They have affected me so deeply, and I really believe that others can learn and have better lives because of it too.
How did they affect you? How did it affect you so deeply?
It's like every day living that phrase, and it sounds cliche, but in my work it's true, live like you're dying. Every day realizing what a gift life is, how short it can be, and to make the most of each moment.
So you live your life differently, I would imagine.
Very differently since doing this work.
What changed?
I don't let the little things get to me as often as I did before. I'm much quicker to say, who cares about the weather? Or maybe I shouldn't say that to the two of you.
Right. Oh, we care about you.
Well, it's fascinating that in your final days, people seem to have a wisdom and a clarity about things that they pass on before they go.
True.
And you have been the recipient of a lot of those gifts.
Our patients and their families continue to amaze me. They are facing such a sacred, scary, sometimes confusing time, and yet so many of them are resilient. And for example, the first chapter talks about a woman who is grateful right to the very end.
The woman with ALS.
Yes.
Yeah, tell that story, what she said to you.
She was in her late 50s, and of course ALS just seems to take away from you every day. You lose, things that you could do before. And every time I would visit her, she would find something to be grateful for. Here she was dying, and yet she would always use that phrase, well, at least I can. And then she would say something that she could still do or still had. And I would just be undone when I would leave there, that this woman who's dying could still find reasons to be grateful and thankful. It totally changed me.
Puts a lot of things in perspective.
Yes.
And we can learn that. A lot of people can learn from the stories from this book and how to live life before you go.
That's true.
Cheri,
it's a wonderful keepsake for the families too, Cheri. It's such a good idea.
Thank you.
Such a great idea.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us
Thanks.
today.
Nice to
Thank
see you.
you.